What is up, guys? Thtdudo back with some more Kingdom Rush battles, and today we will be ranking the original 5 Kingdom Rush games from least favorite to most favorite. But before we get into that, I want to go over this match. I played Thtdudo in yesterday's video and I got cooked by him, but I was able to secure my get back in this rematch. We're going to hit him with the good luck as we prepare for our defense, and if you want to see more on this Archmage strategy, go check out my 3.2k stadium video. I'll have commentary on the end of this match after the rankings. Next, I want to give a shout out to the original Kingdom Rush games. If you haven't played them yet, do yourself a favor and get them. I recommend buying them on Steam because you get the all-included package with every hero, and you can usually find them for up to 40% off during Steam sales. Ironhide's Kingdom Rush series and Bloons Tower Defense from Ninja Kiwi are by far my favorite tower defense games of all time. They're the only games I consistently go back to after all these years, and shout out to the Kingdom Rush community for adding mods to the older games to keep them fresh. Now let's see, do I know ball by ranking all 5 mainline Kingdom Rush games? 5th place is going to go to Vengeance. Now, while I don't think this is a bad game, I definitely think it's the weakest of the 5, and I think it's heavily carried by the new Pirate Kings DLC, which is low-key the best thing Ironhide has put out almost ever, in my opinion. But I'm definitely biased because I'm a huge One Piece fan, and I like the Dwarven levels as well, but I couldn't care much for the rest of the game. Pirate theme aside though, the boss mechanics in each level really make it stand out to me. 4th place is going to go to Alliance. Now, I really want to rank this one higher because I think it's one of my personal favorites, but I just can't put it above the original 3. Mainly due to the gimmick around 2 heroes. Unfortunately, the game is just super dependent on macroing your heroes compared to where you place your towers, and that just doesn't feel as much like a Kingdom Rush tower defense game as the original 3 did. I think the map design in this game is one of the most unique though. It allows you to use different lineups for different areas. Vengeance could have benefited a lot from something like that, and I think that showed in the Pirate Kings DLC. And I think for that reason, the overall lineup of towers and heroes is pretty balanced, especially compared to what most people think. I think there's a lot of underrated towers in that game. Now, 3rd place is going to go to the original Kingdom Rush, and while it's almost a perfect game, and I can see a lot of people giving me hate for this, I just don't think it stacks up to the next 2. I like that heroes can upgrade during the match, and I'm surprised they didn't carry that over into the other games. I just don't find the hero lineup and the maps to be as memorable, although there are some goated levels. And nostalgia aside, this soundtrack is absolutely goated. If you booted the original Kingdom Rush and don't get chills down your spine from that soundtrack, there's just something wrong with you. Objectively, it was an amazing foundation for the next 2 games on my list, which is where I have Origins at number 2 because you just can't deny that Kingdom Rush Frontiers is the best game in the series. I would say Origins is by far the most consistent game in the series, and although sometimes the strategies can feel a little bit repetitive, I think it has a great hero lineup and overall it's just the most fun to play. If you don't want to be let down, definitely play this game. Now, Kingdom Rush Frontiers at 1 probably won't surprise people. It's definitely not a perfect game, but I like it for that reason. It's probably got my favorite hero lineup of the original 3, with notables being Captain Blackthorn and Nivus. The tower lineup is also just super goated. Archmage and Necromancer? I mean, come on. The Jungle campaign is also my favorite campaign segment in all of the Kingdom Rush games. I'm not taking mods into consideration for this list, but the mods go crazy for this game as well. So what do you guys think? Am I blinded by nostalgia and need to hang up the boots? Or did I cook? Maybe I'll branch out and do more content on the original games. But let's hop back into this match before it ends. Now overall, this is a pretty normal approach to the strategy, and I really like this map for the strategy as well because that choke point at the bottom is super strong. And luckily he was sending almost all ground troops my way, so I was just getting so much value from that Dwarven artillery. I think they messed up sending normal golems my way, because those are perfect troops to be able to send to his side using that Archmage Dissipate upgrade. And I believe I had gotten my Dwarven artillery to level 9, if not I have since after this video, and I can tell you the damage increase is significant. I almost couldn't believe it. I think it's so much better than the battle mecha right now, and I think the mecha gets most of its value from being able to be macroed around, but even then I feel like you just can't really utilize that map space to get its full value, especially since the nerf. I was looking at my last video, and I'll bet you a Dwarven artillery at the bottom where that archer tower was would have saved that game, because it would have dealt with a lot of those ground troops, allowing my barbarians to then have more space to take out those dragons and thunderbirds going through. Even though the barbarians are just bear racks, their damage is so good for dealing with those high magic resistant flying troops. And you can see, since I was able to get a really nice damage setup with those artilleries, I was actually able to upgrade my archmages this time and get that dissipate upgrade so that I could start sending troops to his side. This is something I wasn't able to do in my last video because I was just way too concerned with that dragon and that thunderbird coming through, but I think if I had gotten that artillery down earlier, there would have been no chance he would have beaten me. Even with Escalt, I'll tell you, dealing with Escalt is really annoying as a Barasad player, mainly because he just freezes your hero and freezes your troops all of the time. And you guys will see that in tomorrow's video. I have a banger matchup where I was going against Escalt, and I had to macro Barasad almost perfectly so that he wouldn't die to dragons. Those moments really get me going though, and yes, even as a Barasad player, you can get countered still. I find myself losing most matches against Escalt, although I feel like it's heavily booster related. I just don't want to make that excuse. We're coming up on the boss wave here though, and I'm going about this how I normally do. Just stall them for as long as possible. I've never been able to do enough damage to actually kill the boss in these high elo matches. And in the moment, I was foaming at the mouth here, ready to get my get back on Thtdudo. I felt like this match was pretty fair though, outside of sending a dragon their way. But you know, they get a taste of their own medicine now. And I hope I can get another good matchup on that map that I played yesterday, because I want to retry that strategy with getting the Dwarven artillery down earlier. I really do think that would make a massive difference. I finally got level 9 barbarians as well, so I'm definitely ready to hold my own in this elo. Getting gold has been a lot more difficult than I thought it was going to be though, so Ironhide, if you want to slap me some gold, hit me up. The artillery value here goes crazy then. I just can't really see myself going back to Tesla after getting this leveled up. I did try Musketeers with this deck, but I found that they weren't as effective, and I think that Royal Archer passive buff, where I believe it's like a 2% decrease in enemy health, is actually surprisingly massive, especially when you come down to the wire where you may have a straggler go through and you literally destroy them by like 10 to 50 HP. That 2% actually makes a massive difference, and I think overall it's better than what I have for the Musketeers right now, especially because my Royal Archers are level 8. The Musketeers can definitely be more effective against specific strategies and on specific maps, but overall, the Royal Archers just feel more balanced. This rematch was a lot of fun, and shout out to Thtdudo for putting up a great fight. For the next video, I've got an epic duel of dragons lined up for you guys, so I'll see you then. Peace out.